welcome to our first ever series. This is Two Eyes Open, and I'm Brittany.
I'm Nathaly. We're here today. Yeah, this is crazy for us. It's the first time we're sitting down, so there's a little bit of fear and nervousness.
But it's okay because I feel like, that's part of life, and you guys can kind of be on the road, the journey, all of that with us. And I just think it's so funny because we've talked about this for literally ever. And even today, this morning, we were like, are we doing this? Like, is this really happening? And we're like, it's okay. Just like bungee jump, which we've never done, but just like bungee jump.
Yeah, she was like bungee jumping. I was like, never done that. And at this age with children, I will not be doing so.
We're not going to do it. That's for sure. But I'm like, let's just jump in. We'll go in, and like, I'm sure as the episodes continue or the series continue that we'll be there. But I thought we could maybe introduce ourselves and like talk a little bit about why the name, who we are, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So this is actually really funny. It's been going on for like 7 years. It really, the name now it's Two Eyes Open, but it originally started as Millennial Mothers Inside Joke. So we've been best friends since middle school. Been a long time.
Yeah.
And as we had kids, we would still always make sure we had time to go out and like, we like to dress up. Yeah. We like to go out to dinner. We like to party. And one day we were going out to the club. And a funny part, we just started thinking, our kids are so small, but we're millennial mothers. We're just going to go out. The dads can watch the kids.
Yeah.
And so it kind of went on like snowballing effect from that for many years. But life goes on. Brittany, work. Second babies came along.
Yeah.
So I don't know what really triggered this moment.
I think it was also too, like, in that time, like we talked about like going out and having fun, which is literally like 10% of our lives. It's not even like anything. But
we made that 10% count.
We made the 10% count. And I would say too that like not only from like family members, but sometimes even like respectfully older generations were like, how are you still, going out and having fun or not even just going out? Because I want to say like going out, which we enjoy for sure, but like just dinners or like making time for each other with brunches or girls trips. We did international girls trips.
I mean like other continents.
Yeah.
This is not like I'm going to Dallas. It's like we're going to go like 5 time zones away from our kids and everybody.
And I feel like, so often people were maybe excited, but also too, and I know you know this, but like we got sometimes some negative comments or like even just
judgy-wudgy people.
Just like vibes, right? And it was kind of one of those things where we like laughed about it. We're like, this is who we are. This is what, our husbands support us. Yeah. Our family supports us. And so like, despite other things, we're just going to continue to be ourselves. And so even though we met in middle school, which seems so long ago, but also not so long ago.
Say your age or something? Because you're like, middle school seems so long ago.
Okay. Early 30s.
Early 30s.
Early
so
30s.
Friends for like, 15?
20 years.
She wasn't my quinceañera. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Quinceañera. And, it's kind of funny too, because I feel like millennial mothers started for us, if my oldest is 11.
I was going to say, and JJ's 9.
And JJ's 9, then I think like a decade ago. And so we were in our early 20s, right? And we like continued that same energy and just like, I don't know, way about ourselves.
And I think like what really mattered to us, we had a moment just recently, I would say within the last like year to date, we were just on the same path. And we always say like God's timing's perfect.
Yeah.
And we just said, you know what? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And just to add a little thing in here, like I've been here at the studio many times and I've told the owner like we want to do a podcast. We want to do a podcast. But life continues on and time is unforgiving. Yeah. Until we just said we're going to bungee jump in.
Yeah.
And then we had a meeting at my house with some coffee, my husband's in the kitchen and then we started brainstorming names and then Two Eyes. It started with, we love Evil Eyes. We got matching Evil Eye tattoo.
Yeah.
And this was around like 2018 in Miami.
Yeah.
She was there for work. I was like, we're going to show up. I'm going to show up to Miami. Let's make it a girls trip.
Yeah. Let's make it a girls trip.
And then she's like, I want to get a tattoo. Can I say this? Remember, I was like, I don't put a tattoo on a Lambo. I'm never going to get a tattoo.
They're bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
You said it was a bumper sticker on a Lamborghini if I got a tattoo on my body. Now she has like 14.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay.
But that was my first one. So you took my virginity away of tattoos. I was like, let's do it. Like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
And we got an evil eye tattoo matching.
Yeah.
And so hence this is why our name is Two Eyes Open, and why our logo and everything we do is always with like intuition and following your gut feeling.
Yeah.
And following
definitely faith too. And I would say that two, obviously, because like two best friends. Eyes, because there's like, yes, our tattoos, but also honestly, we like say to each other, "Viste eso?"
Yeah.
Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see this? Or it's not even like in a negative way. It's more so like, did you see that? Are you aware? Like, did you like remember that? Or like,
we can go to dinner. We can go to dinner, and it's this is where the eyes part come in, and why open also is important. We would go to dinner, and instead of saying like, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah.
Or did you smell that? It's like anything. If somebody can like walk by and like, ¿Tú viste a esta persona? Not in a judgy way. Sometimes we're human. Sometimes I see somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on? Hello.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes up. But I think the most important part that we talked about is we're like that in every aspect of our life, but like deeper.
Yeah.
Like when we have deep discussions, it's like, it could be about where your soul is going, where your soul is coming from, where you see your life path going. And like, we talk about our children, obviously our parents, our generational, we're Hispanic.
Yeah.
Cuban American, Mexican American. Obviously our parents are raised different.
Yeah.
So we always we're in our psychology era.
Yeah, I feel
we
like
try to go like deep.
I feel like, we always want to maintain the fun parts of us. And like, I think that's something that you and I have even said, like, we never want to lose the silly of who we are. And I think we like to even like make fun of ourselves sometimes. I think that's like,
that's how I deal with everything.
I think that's like the best
sky's
part.
falling and I'm like, well, I don't know. It's okay. At least we're skinny.
Or like we like fall down on the ground and we're like, sure, let's post that. Like we got in a hammock and we're like, we just fell backwards and we're like, okay, great. Like it doesn't matter. And I love that about us. But I also really enjoy that we can have those deep conversations. And so even though it's like, did you see that? It's even moments when like we're watching a movie and I literally look over at you and you're so creepy. Like crying and I'm crying and I'm like,
so creepy about us.
And then like you remember it. And so that's why it's eyes. And then open is so funny because I feel like it really speaks to why we want this podcast now because, and I'm sure as the series continues, like as we get to know you guys get to know us, we'll go through probably some of the trauma things too later on. But I want to say that I think both of us are in a place in our lives where we're like at peace. I
content,
think super peace.
I think a lot of people search for like happiness and we talk, and I feel like we search for joy. Yeah. And it's not a short-term thing. And so we're really trying to find ourselves, and we're humans, we're growing, we're only in our 30s. I mean, we have, hopefully, God willing, we have a long life ahead of us. Yeah. So we're always going to be able to change. And I think we talked about this recently, the way our friendship is, we are so open with each other. We cannot share with you guys yet. How maybe. Open. I mean, maybe. I mean, at this point, we're probably going to lose the embarrassment. Because right now, we're nervous. We're a little bit like, oh my gosh, we're embarrassed. Maybe we'll get so comfortable with these cameras that we're going to be like, let me tell you what happened last night. I know. No, but we're so open. We're intuitive with what's going on in our lives. Like she'll tell me things, and there's surprises coming up in this series. She'll tell me things that I'm like, I totally see this. And like, I'll know things like, and our funny part is our husbands both are born on the same day.
We should
September 29th.
September 29th, but 10 years apart.
10 years apart.
And I know Libras, if anybody knows anything about Libras, like Libras needed an Aquarius and a Capricorn. We equally needed Libras also in our lives. But we're just like open to it. And I think that's the part that I'm so happy about. And like, even if this literally stays within us and stays with like family or memories and stuff, where we have so much history together that sometimes I forget. And thankfully we have photos, we have videos so we can look back on. But I'm just open to like whatever life is going to bring. You're the same way. Like I think
opportunities, probabilities,
like, whatever happens. And
I think that's what makes us because with being friends since, middle school and being able to, like I said, I mean, I can go back to my quinces. We can go back to, proms, high school graduations,
weddings,
college, weddings,
kids,
bachelorettes, she's the godmother of my firstborn. I'm the godmother of her firstborn. Like, JJ the other day was like, oh, Aubrey's my god sister. I was like,
I
yeah,
love that.
like, she is.
She
like,
is.
I'm not, I mean, she's going to be there forever. So you're going to have to
Figure it out.
It's something that we've been open to everything life throws our way, but we always stay authentic.
Yeah.
And I mean, how can I say? It's like Brittany's a person that when I tell her things, I'm not embarrassed. And even if I am embarrassed, I'm like, you're not gonna like.
It's fine.
No,
it's
she's
fine.
like, she's the friend, or I'm the friend too that's like, okay, I'll bring the shovel in the bag.
Yeah.
So anything I tell her, she'll be like, well, it's not your fault.
Nathaly, don't give away our plan if something goes bad. Don't give it away.
We watch enough series.
We watch
to know
enough
we get away
series.
with anything.
It's okay, but
Fun
still.
fact.
But still. And I also think, no, like to your point, when we met in middle school,
We're babies.
we didn't have that idea of like why you needed to be friends with someone or like would this help you get an advancement in life. Like there wasn't any of that.
And that
stuff.
happens with adult friendships a lot. It's hard to get genuine
It's
people.
hard. It's super hard. And so I feel like, and we know so many people that maybe don't have that friendship. And so I'm hoping that even through this, like as corny as it sounds, like hopefully anyone that's watching or like, wants this to be something that they look forward to.
They can be our friends. We can be our friends over the YouTube or whatever thing we do.
They can be our friends. We can like help them just have an outlet to like, we are a good time. We are a really good time.
You'll find out as the series goes on because I'm already getting too comfortable.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. And I will say too that, back to like the millennial part, it's taken us at least, I know 7 or 8 years to really commit to this. And I think that's something where I'm happy it took us that long because I think that if we would have started, back then, our lives have made like complete 180s in a really good way.
Yeah, and
both of ours.
Within those 7 years, I'm not even the same person.
Gosh. Yeah, I'm not even the same person. And so at all. In a really good way. And not that we were bad people. I don't think we were bad people before. But like
no, I just didn't think we were
not
bad people. It's just the whole Two Eyes Open name stands for how much we have grown.
Literally.
In every aspect of our life. Mother, sisters, wives, daughters, friends, careers, the way we see life,
everything.
There's been a huge switch with us, and I think I think it has to do with
like appreciation and gratitude too. Like I think now maybe that's why we're also doing this is because we know like time is fleeting. Like when you're a mom, oh my God, I feel like life goes so quick. Like how is 2025 like already like halfway over, and like 2026 will be here. We're already planning things for 2026, 2027. Like it's crazy. And I don't know, I'm glad that it's taken us this long too, because it's something that we both just really want to enjoy. And I love the people that we are now, but I also want to recognize that we could be different again in another 7 years. Or tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Be who you want to be for sure. Spontaneous. But I think, it's important to know that like we can change and our opinions can evolve. And so.
And there's no judgment in that.
Yeah.
It's okay if I say I don't like coffee today, but I love it tomorrow.
Yeah.
If there's if there's a good business case behind it, you can't just be like,
I mean, if we had a list of things that we said, never would I ever.
Hello, we just talked about the Lambo bumper sticker, and now I have 14 tattoos. I outdid her.
I know. She did outdo
me. Talk about being cuckoo over here.
Yeah. So like, I think that's funny too. Like, yeah, if we had a list of things that we would never.
Yeah.
Gosh, it'd be endless. We'd be here forever. You guys would really enjoy that for sure. But yeah, I think it's great to just be like open, and that's again like our name and hopefully just like our mantra of what we can like continue to be, and like our friendship and stuff, and our kids, our family, like all this stuff. I don't know. I just think it's like a really great time right now more than ever. And again, even if this is just for us.
Yeah, which we talked about this at my when we were talking at my house. It's like, what's the worst case? Obviously, it took a lot for us to get here and to put ourselves out there. I was like, well, worst case scenario, we're going to have this for the rest of our lives. Like we can look back when we're in our 50s and be like, wow.
50s, I was thinking like late 80s and nursing home, and we could like put it on TV.
See, when we start talking like that, we get into like little, so we're going to try to not to do this.
Yeah.
But when this is we're talking like we would talk at dinner. Yeah. How we would talk at my house, which normally ends at 6 a.m. My husband's like, what are you guys doing? You guys are cooking.
And we're just still talking.
And we close down restaurants, but it's because we get into spirals of little conversations. So We're going to reel it back in each time as we think we're going to go out. But this will be a story time also
story
for later.
Time. Yeah. I think that's important because we talked about like your house, for instance.
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy going on. There's nothing like wild. And yet we can literally text all day, be on the phone all day, and then still go to your house and sit there all night for 9 hours, if not more, and just keep talking and keep talking.
And we can deep dive into like anything because we're so open-minded.
Yeah, we're so open-minded, or just like random thoughts. And so I feel like that story time, like you're saying, is something
we're going to incorporate that later
We'll bring that into like the series, but this episode in itself is already a story time.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
So
like
we don't want to bore you guys. This is just kind of letting you guys know who we are, why we're starting it, a little bit of the backstory of things. But as we go on, we're going to incorporate little story times because we have stories. Hello, middle school for days. And we'll get to know you guys a little bit more, know us and who we are. And we just want to have, we just want to be there for anybody that needs friends. Yeah. You can, join us in this videos and comment, like whatever you guys want to do. And I also want to incorporate, maybe we can later on, like if people have questions about us, we'll pick a couple of questions, send them in because we would like to answer questions.
I would love to answer questions, but also too, just like moments of real life too, and like, I know this one is like,
we don't look like this 24/7. Like, are you kidding me? This is a production. We got lashes, we got nails. Yeah. I mean, we got makeup on. Half the time we're
not complaining though, because we definitely want this production to continue. 100%. And if there's anyone out there that wants to enhance our production, like by all means, we're here for it.
Look at us.
We're here for it. But no, you're right. Like we are like I don't want to say average moms, but like average moms of but
we do everything. We're the Uber drivers for our kids. Our kids are an extracurricular.
5-star Uber driver.
With like a 3,000 rides, por favor. Like, extracurricular activities. Yeah. You travel with your daughter, with Aubrey for dance. JJ's in baseball, I have a 2-year-old. Gavin's doing his thing with like the rock band ninja. Like we have so many things. Yes, we're suburbs mom, but we're city girls because we love it downtown Houston. Yeah. Like, let's go to fancy ching ching like martini. We like to travel the world. We love to eat random foods. We can share that in story times. We have random foods we eat, like Peru. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Peru random food. Like, we're going to share a little bit out of everything.
Yeah. I think what people can like look forward to, like not only just like maybe laughing with us, but kind of some insight. And we'll definitely share more of like our family, our children, our career, how to juggle it all. Mm-hmm. We're still trying to juggle it all for sure, but also just like a place where you can just come as you are and like enjoy it, be a part of the conversation. Don't feel like you have to do anything special or that there's going to be anything that's like life-changing, life-altering, but just like join us on this journey. And
we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about travel, like I said, kids, how we do things, because I like to call us organized chaos. She's more organized than me. I'm a little bit more chaotic. But at the end of the day, I love this because it's like, my husband says all the time, it's like, you're organized chaos, because I'll like do something random, but I need the time, the date, the latitudes, longitudes, like where are we going?
I like that. I like that organized chaos, because I will say that like
we are
grabbing everything, but then leaving the chaos behind. Like, I don't know about you, but sometimes my bathroom, like I'm getting ready and like it's organized, and then like the rest of the bathroom is like, ugh. You have to like go back and like, clean it either there if you're good, and then like after, and so no, organized chaos for sure. Another thing that we do on our trips, which we'll get into because we get so many questions. I think that's not even just like we get so many questions that are coming in our emails. No.
But people like
people that we know, or like messages or whatever, is like, how did you plan that trip, or where did you go, or how did you make that itinerary or whatever. But one thing that we always do, and we'll answer those other questions too, but one thing we always do is like our peak and our pit of the trip. So I feel like now it's time for us to maybe say like our peak and our pit of just starting this podcast.
Okay, so we always do this. So I would say my peak is having this video, this episode to our series with you, kind of like through timeless. It's going to be here forever. That's my peak.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go anywhere, we're going to be able to see it. Like I said, till we're 80 in our nursing home, we're going to tell the people, oh, hey, look, we were famous. Hopefully they have dementia. They don't know.
No.
They don't recognize it. They'll be like, oh, look at the Kardashians. Yeah, that's us.
That's us.
And then I think my pit, which, it's a pit just because first, even though I talk very fast and I might look like I'm confident over here, I was so nervous sitting down. I was like, Brittany, you're starting, you're talking, you're the professional. She's always like so put together. I'm just like the backup dancer, like, yeah. So this is out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I don't even talk on Instagram videos or none of that stuff because I always just put a picture and I put a bunch of words because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's my pit.
That's your pit. Well, you're overcoming your pit for sure. And I love that this is not part of my peak or my pit, but I love that this was literally Nathaly like pushing me, like, we got to do this. We got to do this. And then we sit down today and she's like, so you're going to open it. And I'm like,
that's some
typical Nathaly. You're like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. And then, okay, you're going to do it first. And I'm like, okay.
I can recognize your strengths. Okay. My strength is getting us here, but I'm like, you're taking over because
no,
you're just like, you're just, I don't know.
I just know it's like, and we've never bungee jumped, but again, it's like, just go in, we'll see what happens. But my peak is that we have a genuine friendship. Like, I think
you're gonna make me cry.
No, don't cry.
Okay. We're this emotional as well.
We're emotional for sure. My peak is that we have this friendship. Like, I know, so many people that have
we're lucky. We're blessed.
Super lucky.
And I know we have lived a past life.
For sure. Sure. I feel like we're super blessed. And like, again, like regardless of what happens, at least you and I have these memories.
Yes.
And so that's my peak. And then my pit is just, I'm happy that it took us this long for sure. But my pit would be that if there was ever a moment for me to doubt something, to just like trust like my destiny and just trust like provision and like just go for it. And so that's something that I'm working on. Like, it's easy to say, oh, I can do this. Like, bungee jump, just go in. But that's like me psyching myself up. And so my pit is just, I need to work on that. Like, I just want to be able to be someone that like goes for it.
I know. You know what's so crazy? And I know we're going to wrap this up, but you know what's so crazy? When I was driving here, I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, like I said, okay, so we talk about stuff. I'm an Aquarius, I'm an air sign. She's a Capricorn, she's Earth. Yeah. And so I am crazy. I am like spontaneous. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to like jump and do whatever. And Brittany is really like, she needs a bullet point. That's why I said, you're starting it. Because I know you already planned what to say. I know. See, I just got here and I'm like, we're going to wing it. We're going to fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But Brittany's not going to fake it until she makes it. She's like, she knows A, B, and C. All her T's are crossed.
I want to know where the exit signs are, which they're back there, by the way.
So it's funny that you say that that's your pit, because I was thinking like, yes, I got us. I'm pushing, but you're like more controlling.
And I would say it's more so of just like, it's just our personalities.
Which is like, great because you reel me back in when I try to be, she reels me back into reality. When I'm like, let's go to Antarctica. She's like, no, we're going to reel it back in, Nathaly.
Like sightseeing won't be as great there as like other places.
I want to see the penguins.
Yeah.
And Brittany's like, let's pick another place.
Yeah. I think it's a really good balance, and
I love you.
I love you too. Well, I think that's our show, our first series. And so again, like if you're tuning in for the first time, we hope forever. But let us know if there's anything that you're wanting to see, and
we're open.
We're open. 2 eyes open.
We're 2 eyes open. We're here to stay. We're here to have a good time and, get to know us more.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining.